Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So I'm using tonight the Chakra Insight cards, Oracle cards, to get into the energy of what it is that you are working on, focusing on. Which chakra is it? That's the highlighted chakra of the week for you, and you have relationships. So, this okay. So this is the sacral chakra. I couldn't really tell what the color was because it kind of looks kind of brown. So it's the sacral chakra. So it says intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. So this week, a little bit of focus in that direction. That's interesting because when we come into next week, right after the full moon, it'll be all about you. Wait, something's wrong with this. Oh no. Don't mind me. It'll be in your 7th house of partnerships. It'll be in Capricorn. Oh my gosh. Don't even, long day. Okay. So let's go. Let's see what else we're talking about here. All right. So, this week I think you're going to be focusing on what you need to do to get ready to, when that energy comes in. Next month is a big month with the eclipses, one in your house of you and one in your relationship house. So it doesn't really surprise me that relationships is the area of your chakras that might need a little balancing. You got a book. Wow, these energies tonight are tough. I wasn't expecting this. This is hang in there. Let's work our way through it and see what we can come up with so it's not so bad. All right. Oof. So you have this 5 of Pentacles card. This is the card of feeling left out. Like other people are winning, but you're not, which is why I would guess that we're having this whole sacral chakra issue going on here. So you have the 5 of Pentacles and you have the 5 energy is hard to begin with, but you have the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 5 of Cups. Those are very difficult energies. One's full of regret, one's feeling left out and alone. And you have the Hierophant, which is it's the major arcana 5. So that's a lot of difficult energy of I'm not sure what I believe in. I'm not sure what's traditional. And if I go with what's traditional, then I feel left out in the cold. There's all this regret. And so that looks a little tough. And these are interesting. You have the Page of Wands, which is a message coming in. Sometimes it's about, is that Wands? Yes. Okay. It's about searching and looking and making, just getting out there and seeing what you can find out. He's exploring. And then we have the Lover's card. And so I feel almost as though you have a lot of questions and doubts because maybe in the past, marriage has just not worked out. You always end up with regret and then you always feel left out and alone. And maybe there's an opportunity on the horizon and you're thinking, or you're seeking an opportunity and you're like, I don't know, can I make it work? Can I even make it work because I don't know if I'm capable? So there's a sense of a little bit of work needs to be done on your self-esteem in the area of relationships. Like, I don't know, should I go even looking for one? Because I don't know if I can even find one that'll work. Let's get them. There we go. All right. Okay, so Cancer, you are worried about whether or not you are good enough in a relationship. That's what it looks like. Single Cancers, if this isn't resonating for you, please, please, please check out your sun, your moon, okay, or your rising. you know, I don't know what to tell you, but this is, you know, where we're at here. So the moon starts out in Scorpio, which is your third house of communication, which is like that page of wands. So maybe some information comes in. You start to see a path ahead. Look, there's that path ahead, kind of like with a flashlight, looking to see where you're going. What steps do you need to take? You're kind of looking ahead, assessing. So this definitely feels like that page of wands energy right at the beginning of the week, where you're like, I don't know, maybe I should go looking for a relationship. Maybe I can do it. So you have the magpie, which is all about balance. Magpies like shiny things. They will steal shiny things and put them in their nests. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. I'm actually going to look it up. I'm just laughing because, you know, I'm Maggie, right? And I have friends who call me Magpie, and it's just so funny to have the magpie show up. I didn't even know it was in here. Let's just see here. Oh, that's 27. Not 37. 27, that's a 9. That's nearing the end of a cycle. Okay, so it says, is the bringer of balance, the yin-yang of the bird world, an agent of awareness, the embodiment of opposites that are equal, and the force that champions the attainment and correct use of esoteric knowledge. Nice. If the magpie has swooped into your cards today, you are being guided to place an awareness. You are being shown that how to better understand the innate marriage between the opposites that are equal and the duality of all things. You are being pointed toward you're being primed for a deepening of purpose and a broadening of perception. It heralds an obligatory confrontation, of your fears, the reshuffling of thoughts, and the review of your values, a loosening up of everything. Okay, so that's why we have the Hierophant here. You are being asked to look at what you believe to be absolute truths and then consider whether or not they are. It's that yin-yang energy. It's the balance. So let's just say you've recently gone through a divorce, and so now you think that, you know, you feel devastated about it because in your family you're the first person to ever get a divorce, and nobody else has ever done that, and you feel like some kind of a failure. You might need to reassess that value. You might need to reassess that vantage point. This is all about assessing, right? This is all about taking a look at things from a different point of view. And look how the moon right there is split in half, half light, half dark. That's like the yin yang. Really assessing what the path forward is, what you always thought you were going to do. Maybe you've recently had a breakup. Maybe you thought, oh, this guy is the one, or this girl is the one, and then you had a breakup and you're like, wait, what? And so maybe you're thinking, well, maybe marriage isn't for me at all, or I don't know. Doesn't have to be marriage, but this feels like relationship. Because you have the Lover's card and the marriage card there. It just really feels like relationship stuff. So take a look at your values and things that you have always thought to be true, and discern whether or not they really are. Because with that moon in Libra, and Libra is all about balance, and it's about discernment and releasing negativity and fears that do not serve you. Let that stuff go. This negative energy right here, feeling left out and feeling sorry for yourself, that has never benefited anybody. Stand in your power. Understand that just because some relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that you aren't good at relationships. It's that relationship was there to teach you something. What did you learn? So that you can apply that knowledge to discerning what is appropriate for you moving forward. So maybe you always thought, well, this certain kind of person attracts me, and it didn't work out. Well, maybe you need to look at that value. Maybe that's not correct. Maybe you always thought, oh, I need someone that has lots of money, and you got involved with someone with lots of money, and they turned out to be a real turd, and you're like, well, maybe money isn't what you should be, basing your requirements on for a relationship, right? And you are being asked to be flexible in your thoughts. 5 energy is not very flexible, especially that Hierophant. It's like, this is the way it is. This is always how it's been. It's always how it will be. That's just the way it is. No. You're being asked to be flexible. Both of these cards are asking you to look at things a little differently. And look, she's balancing on that ball. And flexible. So it's about being balanced and being flexible in the way you think, being flexible in the way you approach life, setting healthy boundaries. You definitely need to set healthy boundaries, right? But focus on what you really want to bring around to create the kind of transformation you want. And it's going to require flexibility. It's going to require balance. It's going to require looking at things from a different point of view. The way you've always looked at things something a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that it's the way that it always has to be. May not even been the way it really was in the first place. Okay. Because when we get to that Thursday, when we get the moon in Scorpio, it happens at 12:02 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in the United States. That's in your 5th house of fun and romance and creativity. So where are the boundaries that are healthy for you? Where do you set them in order to bring about that fun and romance that you want, that you're craving? The relationship that you really want to create. And yes, see, this is such a Cancer card. This is home and family and being protected. And so maybe what you thought home and family was is a little different than you originally thought. Or it's a long-held belief that needs another look. Maybe you really thought your future was with this one person for years and years and years, and, now you realize, maybe not. Be flexible. Maybe you were like, oh my gosh, this person from my past was such a jerk. I never want anything else to do with them, and they come back around, and they're like, be flexible and be willing to also to consider that people will have grown and changed, right? And so then when the moon gets into Sagittarius, this is about willpower. She's wearing a mask. I think in this particular case, I get different things from this mask every time I see it. But being flexible and staying balanced and creating security means maybe not telling everybody everything right away. Maybe you keep a little bit back for yourself. Most Cancers I know are pretty open. But that moon right there is just coming out of Scorpio and going into Sagittarius. And Sagittarius and Scorpio, they like to keep a little bit to themselves. So maybe you should emulate that. Be flexible. Do things a little differently. Create that yin-yang. Because there will be action coming up. This is that balance. This is about balance. This is work-life balance. I feel like, though, that this is emotional and action balance. Like really being balanced within yourself. That's what this feels like, is how do you find the balance within yourself, with keeping your emotions balanced while you look at things a new way. So tapping into a little bit of that Sagittarius energy of seeing things from a higher perspective. And downloading the knowledge and information you've gotten through the years along the way to figure out where you're going. Looks good, right? So you have 4 dragons, and 3 of them are third dimensional. This is about being where you are. So you have the air and water dragon. You have the earth and fire dragon. You have all 4 elements in these 2 dragons. That's balance. You have the air dragon all by itself, which puts an emphasis on that. And to me, that says, Cancer, this might not be the time to be so deep in your emotions, and go ahead and think a little bit about things a different way. Yes, use your intuition. Yes, feel your way into it. That's your superpower. I would never tell you not to do that. But be discerning about it. Like, feel what you feel, and then think about why is it that you feel that way. I'm not saying your feelings are right or wrong. I'm saying analyze the feelings a little bit deeper. Go a little bit deeper. And you have this beautiful 9th dimensional dragon, the white gold dragon from Lyra, which connects you to your higher Christ light. So spiritual guidance. So listen to your intuition. Absolutely. Listen to your intuition. Feel what you feel. Pay attention to what you're thinking. And analyze it just a little bit. This dragon here, this earth and fire dragon, works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. It means you're preparing for an ascension. You're preparing to level up. So if you're going through this, I'm looking at things a little bit differently. It's because growth is happening. Good for you. Good for you. And the air and water dragon helps you connect to higher frequencies. So trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. But it's okay to think about, why do I always react the way I do? Why do I feel this way? Are these feelings valid? 95% of what people say and do has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with what they're learning and what they're going through. And so when people don't respond or react in a way that you think they should in a relationship, doesn't mean you're not good at relationships. Doesn't even mean that they're not good at relationships. It just might mean that together you guys are on different trajectories right now. You're working on different issues. Or you're there to teach each other because you're working on the same issue from 2 different points of view. So pay attention to your intuition. You have great intuition. But be flexible, be willing to change, bring yourself into balance. You have Burgundy, awaken your passion. I think that's important. But this one came out first. Build your confidence. Build your confidence. You are totally capable and worthy of a great relationship. You have all the tools you need. You just need to figure out how to identify the right partner. Right? How do you shine that light so that you find that perfect person for you? And the perfect person for you isn't going to be perfect because nobody is, right? But perfect for you. Whew. Okay, these are some heavy-duty readings. I think it's because we're about to run into Mercury in retrograde and the eclipses, and a bunch of other planets are starting to go retrograde, and so the energies are getting heavy. Like last week was kind of nice and light, and now we're getting back into it. I hope you all rested up. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.